Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be testing out these Messon brushes, and it's those like toothbrush type brushes. I have one of them that I've tried before, which is this one, but this is the all black one. These ones are the rose gold. And I got this set in the mail yesterday, and I haven't tried the eye brushes from like these kind of brush things, or like the smaller ones. I'm gonna try and do all my makeup today with just these brushes and do kind of like a first impression. That's why I have no makeup on. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is my eyes, and I'm just gonna use my Coastal Scents slash Makeup Geek slash Revealed 2D Pots. And I'm gonna prime my eyes first with the Ulta Eye Primer. Lighting today is actually pretty good. It actually doesn't make me look like a ghost, shockingly, because normally like the lighting at certain times of the day is too bright, but I don't have artificial lighting anymore. I did have like a lamp that I was using with like a daylight bulb, not super professional, just like a task lamp with a daylight bulb, and that broke, so that kind of sucked. Set my lids with this ochre shadow, that yellow ochre shadow right there. It doesn't show up yellow on the eyelids, it just shows up as a skin tone color. And I'm gonna use this little brush, which is I'm gonna also use that as a blending brush, but first I'm gonna just set my eyes with it. I might need to zoom in, honestly. There we go. The only problem with this shadow is it's hard to pick up a good amount of product. I don't know why. This is one of those hardish kind of shadows where you have to really sweep around in it to get any product to come up. Now for a transition color, I'm gonna dip, let me see. I don't know, I might use this mauve transition color right here. There we go. And I'm gonna use that same brush because this is the only bigger brush that would work for that, I feel like.
Really mauve. I didn't know it was super mauve, but I thought this is the only mid-tone transition, not mid-tone, but lighter to mid-tone transition color. I'm gonna add a little bit of what's the shadow color? I don't remember.
Harvest Brown is what that was. I'm gonna go into the crease with Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek, which is right here. I'm gonna use this little rounded brush right here. I don't know if you can even see it. It's pretty precise and everything, it really gets into the crease. I actually like this Cocoa Bear color. I haven't ever bought Makeup Geek shadows. I got these in a BoxyCharm, but I might have to check out Makeup Geek shadows. And I'm just using this as a little bit of a blending brush. I think this is blending pretty well, this brush is, for not being fluffy and for being a kind of packed, bristly kind of brush. I don't think I'll be able to pack on lid color with these brushes. I'm gonna try, but I don't know about that. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this cool tone brown right there.
It's just a mid-tone, coolish brown. But these are really nice shadows, the mattes especially. And they don't look all cakey like the Carly Bible palette. Everybody says they like the Carly Bible palette, but honestly, I hate it. My lids look cakey and dry and gross. The shadows are really gross and dry and powdery. They don't even look good. And other drugstore shadows and cheaper shadows, I found ones that don't do that, so I don't know why that one does that. It just sucks.
I just put a little bit under the eye as a little bit of a base for my lower lash line colors. I think this is all I'm doing for the upper lid crease stuff. For the lid, I don't know what brush to use for the lid. That's the thing. But I want to try and do the whole look with just these. I'm going to use this brush, but I'm going to use kind of like the side of the brush to put a color on the lid. But first, I'm going to lay down a base, which is NYX Jumbo Pencil in Yogurt, which is what I use honestly as a everyday type of like neutral universal base. I'm going to use Anastasia. I know this is an Anastasia shadow in the color Peach Sorbet, which is that peachy one right there next to the purple. There we go. And hopefully this will work. Hey, it seems to be working. I'm probably not going to use this a lot as the brush that I use to put on my lid color. I'm probably never going to use it again after this video, but hey, it works in a pinch. I'm just going to blend out the edge of that lid shadow. Hey, I did the whole eye look using these, and I'm also going to do my liner using these, which let's see if that'll work as well. Well, maybe not. I might not use my liner, my liner, but I'm going to use this little brush right here. These don't have numbers or anything, with this little like pencil brush kind of one to do my lower lash line, and I'm going to put that cool tone brown and mix that with Harvest Brown. Okay, there we go. Pretty much eye look finished, but I'm gonna take this again in a brow bone kind of color and clean that up a little bit. Okay, I think that worked. Yeah, I think that worked. And now I'm gonna try and do, I don't know if I'm gonna do shadow as liner or if I'm gonna do, because here's a little thin like liner type brush. I don't know, I could try and I don't know. I think I'm gonna try and line my lid with this, and let's see how this works. Okay, hopefully I can actually show this to you guys, because I think it worked. A little bit of a liner that I did there with shadow. I'm gonna try and do a little wing. I don't know if that's gonna... It worked. A little bit of a wing. Okay, I like it. Done with the eyes, so I'm gonna move on to the face. The face should probably be a little bit easier than the eyes, to be honest. Doing the eyes with just these brushes is a little bit harder than doing the face with just these brushes. I'm gonna put on some face primer, and I'm not gonna use a brush to do that because I just never do use a brush to do that, so I'm just gonna do it like how I normally would. I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Matte and Poreless in 130 and mix that with my Maybelline Dream Pure BB Cream. I was watching Coffee Break with Danny and her Get Ready With Me for IMAX and everything this morning, and I saw her mix like a BB cream / kind of tinted moisturizer with the Maybelline Matte and Poreless, which I had the Maybelline Matte and Poreless and a BB cream, but I had the Dream Pure. I don't have the Complexion Rescue or whatever. But let's see how this works out. I watch a lot of UK YouTubers, and I notice a lot of UK YouTubers, instead of saying like BB cream together, they say BB cream and like separate it so much. Like, I don't know why, I was just thinking of that. I'm going to use this big brush for my foundation. I have one of these, like I said, so I already know how this works for foundation. Because I have this just in a different color. And I love the way it works. It gives like a flawless finish. Very smooth finish. And mixing this with the foundation, the BB cream, gives it a little bit less coverage, which is what I wanted, because I'm not doing anything today really, so I don't want super full coverage, because honestly I honestly don't really like full coverage that much, because I have decent skin, to be honest, and I really don't need it, because even if you don't have good skin, you don't have to like cover your skin up, honestly, if you don't want to.
I don't have a lot to cover, really. I have redness, I have like a little bit of hyperpigmentation, but not much, and my skin's pretty good. At the moment, I have a couple pimples, but like I always feel like, I don't know why, I always had this idea that my skin's bad, but honestly it's really not. Like, once I think about it, like, it's really not. Like, I don't have a lot of acne, I don't get very much acne. As long as I'm taking care of my skin, like I get like a little one here and there, but I don't really get a lot of acne. Now
I'm going to use some concealer, and I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape. Put that under my eyes. And I'm going to blend that in with this little brush right here, which is a little... I think I put a little bit too much. See, I can't find the perfect balance with this concealer, because when I first tried it, because I heard everybody be like, you need like the tiniest amount. I was putting like a super tiny amount. And I feel like that was too little. But then I feel like this is too much, so I can't really find the perfect balance with this concealer. And now I'm going to set my concealer with... I'm going to wipe off this little brush that I just used to blend my eyeshadow, and I'm going to use that in the Ofra Banana Powder.
okay, this isn't my ideal.
It works, but it's not like the brush that I would probably go to all the time. I feel like this also would have been good for blending in the concealer, but I just didn't use it for that. Okay, now I'm going to set the rest of my face, and I'm going to use the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder. I'm trying to use this up because honestly, once it gets warm, my skin, I won't be able to use this anymore because I have pretty oily skin. And I'm almost done with it. As you can see, there's like not much left in here. I don't know if you can tell, but I can tell when I look at it. Like there's a big empty spot where there's not any. There's like this much left. I'm going to use this brush, which is the size before the big size that I use for foundation. I like that for powder. Yeah, I don't like that for powder. I'm going to stick to just these brushes, so I'm going to deal with it anyway. I don't think this is setting my face. Okay, I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to use a different brush because it's not even setting my face. Like, it's not, it's all going into the brush because it's a really dense brush, like, and this is such a silky fine powder. It's not really working. For bronzer, I'm going to use this brush. I'm going to use, as always, my Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion 30M. That's not bad. It applies more product than it does if I use like a smaller, like a fluffier type brush. The only thing I don't like is that I like it to be like airbrushed looking. And what this does with the bronzer is it more places it more in one place than it does like smoothly puts it everywhere. For highlight, I'm not gonna use this brush because I don't think that's too thin for highlight. I mean, I could use it to bronze my nose, but like I normally don't bronze or contour my nose. Okay, I don't like that look. It just put a blob of bronzer on my nose. I just have a little one of the Blush and Brighten. I don't know if it got that. Yeah, this applies that pretty well. It does take some blending though. Like I said, with these brushes, these aren't for subtle applications of blush or bronzer or highlight. These are for like extreme applications, because these aren't like the ones that aren't gonna pick up a lot of product. These are the ones that are gonna pick the product up, if that makes sense. They're gonna really pick the product up. This is my finished face, except my brows. I need to do my brows still. I could try to wipe this brush off and do my brows with that brush, which is what I'm actually gonna do. I'm about to do my brows with this little brush. I'm gonna do my brows, and I'm using the Bodyography brow powder, and I'm just gonna zoom in. First, I'm gonna brush out my brows though, because honestly, there might be foundation in them. So I'm gonna try and brush that out a little bit. So I'm gonna go into the medium powder. As you can see, that's the one I mostly use because it has like a big dent in it. Powder everywhere. It's hard to get a precise application of brow powder. I'm definitely gonna have to clean these up with probably with concealer. And it doesn't create the like hair-like strokes like I would with a powder other brow brush.
It just kind of slaps the color on the hair. It doesn't really do like anything else.
It doesn't like create hair-like strokes or anything. Okay, so that's not bad. It's not horrible, but I mean, I wouldn't use it every day. And I'm gonna put in some brow gel, the Benefit Gimme Brow. Hopefully that will help a little bit. It helped a little bit with giving the hair-like look, because it puts little fibers in there. Yeah, so there we go. So it's usable for brows. If I were to just take these brushes somewhere, it'd be usable. Not for powder, I'd have to take a powder brush, but it'd be usable for everything else. I don't know why I just did that. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out. And I'm gonna do my mascara and my hair and everything, and then I'll be back to talk more about the brushes. I finished my makeup. For mascara, I just put on CoverGirl Colossal Big Shot. For lips, I put on the Beauty For Real lip liner. It doesn't have the name on it, it just says Beauty For Real. Well, it's like this color one, but it doesn't have the name on it. I got this a long time ago in a BoxyCharm when I like first subscribed, and this is the NARS Satin Lip Pencil in Rakuji. I used all these brushes for my makeup, and so far I like them. Apart from the like brow brush and powder, which the brow brush is okay. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. But so far I think these are pretty good. I just got them in the mail yesterday. I don't know how they last. The case I have them in is this Real Techniques one that I got in a brush set. So far, I think I like these brushes a lot. And I already knew I liked this one, the biggest one, because I have one already. But it's just not the rose gold. I love the rose gold look. They're really pretty looking. And I've had this one for like 6 months. And so far, it works pretty well. Except this part did come out at one point. Like this bottom part. Like the glue unstuck. Except they all still stuck together. But they unstuck from this. And I had to like glue it back. But so far, I did that like 2 months ago, and so far it hasn't done it again. But that also could have been the way I washed it or anything. But so far, I do like these brushes. I would definitely recommend getting this set. It was only $15 for a set of 10 brushes like this. And I really wanted to try other brushes like that. So far, for like a first impression / semi-review, I do like them. And I would recommend buying them, especially for the price. They're really nice quality and they work well. Like, even if they only last like 2 years, that's still like 2 years for $15 versus the Artiste ones, which are like $65 a piece. Like something like that. It's still pretty good value, I feel like. They also have the ones for my makeup brush set. I've only tried these Messon ones. Messon ones seem to work very well for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it was like a fun video or whatever. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos from me. And turn on notifications if you want if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. I don't really have a schedule right now for videos, but eventually I would like to get a schedule. It's just, especially right now, like with it being winter time, my anxiety's pretty bad. I don't know if I could stick to a schedule. I'll see you guys later. Bye.